Hi guys! It's really no secret that I love Disney music. I have done a list of my favorite Disney songs, but today I thought it would be fun to talk about my favorite Disney soundtracks as a whole. Here is my list of my favorite Disney soundtracks. Number 10 is Pinocchio. I really wanted at least one classic soundtrack on here, and I figured why not use Pinocchio, which has one of the most iconic songs in all of Disneydom, When You Wish Upon a Star. I mean, that song alone kind of elevates that whole soundtrack, but there are other really cute and good songs in there. Give a Little Whistle's really cute. I Got No Strings is also really fun. Even the orchestration and the score is really pretty. My favorite overall soundtrack of the pre-Disney Renaissance musicals. Number 9 is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Danny Elfman. I think he's one of the most unique sounding composers working in film, and he has a really unique style, and it's really awesome to see him transform what normally he does is just score into a musical with lyrics and performance. He did everything in this soundtrack, and I really like it. So many songs on here that are just really fun, and I really enjoy them a whole heck of a lot. Next is Moana. It had to be on this list, mostly just because I love Lin-Manuel Miranda. There's some really great songs like How Far I'll Go, You're Welcome, even Shiny, which is probably the least of the original songs on the soundtrack, is a lot of fun, mostly because of Jermaine Clement. The soundtrack as a whole is really nice, and like I said, Lin-Manuel Miranda, man. Love. Number 7 is Frozen. I know a lot of you have turned against Frozen, but I can't. I'm being stubborn with this, okay? I loved Frozen from the first time I saw it, and I really appreciated the music. I think Kristen Anderson-Lopez and Robert Lopez did a really great job. Aside from Let It Go, we have songs like Do You Want to Build a Snowman, which is great, For the First Time in Forever, and I especially really love the reprise of For the First Time in Forever. Some of these songs have just really smart, funny lyrics, especially like Love is an Open Door, and Summer has a lot of funny lyrics. It's just a really good collection of strong songs, and I even like Fixer Upper a little bit. I do. Number 6 is The Princess and the Frog. Some of the songs on the soundtrack are a little meh. Some of the other songs are some of my favorite Disney songs. Almost There is great. Friends on the Other Side is one of my favorite Disney villain songs. Dig a Little Deeper always gives me chills. Always. And the finale song, which is just a reprise of Down in New Orleans, I freaking love it. It's only like a minute long, but it's one of my favorite songs in all of Disneydom. I love singing it. It's just so much fun, and it wouldn't be what it was without Randy Newman. And I really enjoy that soundtrack a lot. Number 5 is Aladdin. It's Alan Menken. You can't really go wrong with Alan Menken. He is the best. You have Friend Like Me, which has not just Alan Menken, but the charisma of Robin Williams. One Jump Ahead is fun. The reprise is heartbreaking. Prince Ali is so much fun. It's like one of those bring down the house numbers. And of course you have A Whole New World, which is one of the best Disney duets ever made. And I really like that the soundtrack is a nice mix between traditional Middle Eastern instrumentation and then big band jazz. A lot of it's just really interesting. And then also you have some Broadway and show tune stuff in there as well. To me, it's just a really interesting combination, and I do like it a lot. You will be seeing more Alan Menken right now. Number 4 is The Little Mermaid. Howard Ashman especially is one of the people who is most responsible for the Disney Renaissance, and I don't think that's putting it lightly. The music of The Little Mermaid defined what the new Disney animated movie was going to sound like. All of the songs, all of them, are fantastic. Under the Sea, even Fathoms Below is really catchy. Kiss the Girl is great. Poor Unfortunate Souls, how iconic is that song? And then you can't talk about iconic without Part of Your World. Every girl sings this song at some point, imagining them to be Ariel. I've done it. Everyone has done it. It's such a great soundtrack, and it's so good. So good. Number 3 is The Lion King. Moving away from Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, we're stepping into the duo of Tim Rice as lyricist and Elton John as composer, and then you also have Hans Zimmer doing the score. And those 3 people combined made one of the most epic sounding musical soundtracks I've ever heard. The only thing that kind of knocks this one a little down a peg is the fact that there's only like 5 proper songs, but the quality of those songs in combination with the awesome score what really elevates this soundtrack as a whole. And I've been on record many times as saying Circle of Life is my favorite Disney song, so of course this is going to be near the top of the list for me. All 3 people did such a great job and they won Oscars for it, so good job. Number 2 is The Hunchback of Notre Dame. This is my personal favorite score of Alan Menken's. It's nothing like Disney has ever done before, and really nothing like Disney has ever done since. It was super ambitious, and it's amazing. Out There is great. Hellfire is my favorite Disney villain song. Heaven's Light's beautiful. Bells of Notre Dame gives me chills every single time I listen to it. Even Topsy Turvy is a lot of fun. Yeah, a guy like you can like die in a pit of raging fire, but you got one bad song in a sea of brilliance. Now before we get to number 1, just wanted to give a few quick honorable mentions. Hercules. I really enjoy the soundtrack to Hercules. It goes more with something like Aladdin, which is a lot more light, buoyant, and fun, and I don't think it really gets its due. Some of those songs are so much fun to listen to and even more fun to sing. And the last on the honorable mentions is Tangled. It's a return of Alan Menken, and I think it's a really, really good soundtrack. All of the songs are really good. And it's a different sounding soundtrack than a lot of them. Yeah, it has a lot of Broadway sound to it, but it also has a lot of acoustic guitar, which is not prevalent in a lot of the other soundtracks, so pretty cool. Now, my favorite soundtrack of all time is Beauty and the Beast. I think the combination of the beautiful score Alan Menken did and the superb job that Howard Ashman did in writing the lyrics make this the best. Every single song, there's not a bad one in the bunch. Gaston is a lot of fun. Belle, which is great. Our Guest, which is iconic. And then there's Beauty and the Beast, which I think is one of the most beautiful songs. And the song Transformation, which is kind of the finale song. It's mostly score. It is one of my favorite pieces of music in general. I love it so very much. Well, there you have it, guys. Those are my favorite Disney animated soundtracks. Please let me know in the comments what your favorite soundtracks are, because I know there's a lot that I didn't mention. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, and consider becoming a patron if you do so. It would mean the world to me. Every little bit counts. Thank you so much to Keith Nettles and Alex Harwell, who have graciously donated. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I guess I'll see you guys next week with a brand new video. Bye! Mwah. Stay nerdy, my friends.